85 years later, and I finally got to see the great Citizen Kane. My theater hosted an 85th anniversary screening of the film, and I've always heard that Citizen Kane is one of those movies every film lover has to see at least once in their life. So, what better way to experience it than on the big screen? If you've been living under a rock like I have, Citizen Kane follows the investigation into the life of newspaper tycoon Charles Foster Kane after he utters the mysterious word rosebud on his deathbed. A reporter interviews the people closest to Kane in hopes to discover what the final word truly meant. Now, between the storytelling, the editing, and the narrative structure, it's honestly hard to pick one standout. But if I had to say the greatest strength of Citizen Kane, it would be the direction. I wasn't familiar with Orson Welles before watching the film, and I came away incredibly impressed knowing that this was his directorial debut. As far as any weaknesses, I honestly couldn't find one. I wasn't completely blown away by the cinematography at first, mainly because it's difficult judging a black and white film by modern standards. But even then, you can tell that the imagery was groundbreaking for its time. Orson Welles also gives an incredible performance as Charleston Foster Kane. What's even more impressive is that he didn't just direct the movie, he also starred in it and co-wrote the screenplay. Another thing that really stood out to me was the filmmaking itself. The camera angles, the framing, the transition between scenes, the way the camera follows the characters and presents them from one different perspective to the other. I don't want to over explain it, it just works. At its core, I think Citizen Kane is about loneliness. Kane is thrust into a life of wealth and privilege that he never asked for, and the rest of his life feels like an attempt to fill the emotional void left behind from his childhood. That gives the movie a very melancholy tone. As the story unfolds, you realize that Charles Foster Kane isn't a happy man. He constantly tries to control the people and events around him instead of allowing life to unfold naturally, and ultimately that cost him. So, after 85 years, does Citizen Kane still deserve his legendary reputation? Absolutely. Knowing how many filmmakers have been inspired by this movie from 1941 till now, you can't help but respect it. I'm not trying to get in trouble, so I'm going to give Citizen Kane a very rare 10 out of 10. If you've never seen Citizen Kane, do yourself a favor and carve some time out for it. You won't regret it. That is my review of Citizen Kane. If you've seen it, let me know how it impacted you the first time you watched it. This weekend, I will be reviewing The Invite and Evil Dead Burn. Till then, peace.